Okay, so this is a video of the assault and battery at Bixby Park, Long Beach, during the Long Beach protests, or a day after. I was there during the protests and I came back a second day, hoping the protests were still there, after creating some signage to kind of stand out with everyone. Now, I was on and off there and out talking to some people the day before, but I wasn't prepared because I didn't know what was going on as I saw it and stopped and whatever. Okay, so after this video, this 12-minute video, I will talk about kind of the background information, trying to connect some of the dots. But remember that my life is so incredibly vast and complex based on a worldwide execution starting at 5 years old, and I'm now 48, and I am out minute by minute being attacked by worldwide groups to eradicate my existence for reasons I can't comprehend and don't make sense. And what really doesn't make sense is the fact that I'm being George Floyded to death for 43 years with psychological mental batterings designed by the police psychology community and United States government, which are originate from Adolf Hitler himself. Hard to believe, but gang stalking does happen on a small scale, usually on select people. This is a worldwide operation against one man for 43 years. If you say you don't know me, it's highly unlikely. And if you do know me, it's not because you think I'm a bad guy. It's because you're involved in something, or you know someone that was involved in something against me, and most people don't want that coming to light. But I can assure that everything the world's been told are blatant, fabricated, out of context, or delusional lies, or people probably hired for creative writing or something, like Darren Moselle, to just fabricate lie after lie against me and blast it with billions of government dollars to the world on a daily, hourly basis, especially starting in '94 when the internet came around, to exterminate me no matter what it takes. And the more I find out or talk about, the more they want me dead and gone, trying to cover it up with mental illness labels. Yet this mental illness magically happens at 29 years old with my business partner and brother's friend or ex-friend, Mike Huntley, telling me that I'm a dead man and they're going to kill me with the government, and have a good life now. He's given me enough rope to hang myself with based on what I did wrong. I'm not exactly sure. Hugged a girl 5 seconds too long instead of 4 seconds, and so I suffer from obsession and I'm a serial killer. I don't know, because nothing makes any sense, but it is going on. It has been since 5 years old. I will talk about that after you see these assault and batteries with the police, putting things in the police report to try to make it look like I'm crazy or paranoid or a troublemaker to cover up their mass crime spree against me, starting at 5 years old in the psychology community and most of my family, to execute me based on empty hate labels. And the more I find out, the more I know, the more they are trying to silence me and immobilize me while they get what they want, which is exterminate Kevin Perlman, George Floyd him to death with psychological warfare tactics since 5 years old. Okay, so watch the video showing undeniable proof that no matter how good of a person I am, random strangers go ballistic on me that shouldn't know me, especially all the way out in Long Beach. How do they know me? How do they know who I am? Well, these are important questions that they don't want me asking or talking about. They shouldn't know me unless someone's blasting out disinformation, lies, slander, you name it, defaming my name and character out of hate and rage, or something they have to hide or cover up. So watch it, and after this, I will kind of discuss the background of things and try to piece some things together, but it's so complex that I could talk for 10 years straight all day and night. I probably still wouldn't scratch the surface of the pure insanity, hate, and rage that has been unleashed on me starting at 5 years old. Them trying to turn around and say I'm filled with anger and rage and this and that to cover up their hate and rage against me, and what they are doing and have always been doing that has exponentially grown worldwide, and about 4 billion on this planet out of a 7 billion population actively take turns to have me killed, hunted, executed, or eradicated for no actual reason at all. They cannot verbalize one thing. They do not have any factual or logical arguments except empty labels at all. Kevin's a racist. Why am I a racist? We can't tell you. Well, if you can't tell me what I've done and why I'm a racist, then I'm clearly not a racist. Okay, now remember that these criminal accusations and psychological labels are in the thousands and keep growing on a daily basis with the police and government to execute me and George Floyd me to death, no matter what it takes. And when you see this video, you will understand why these street thugs were contacted and possibly paid off to try to silence me in these gang stalking operations with these gang stalkers in Long Beach, working with the Long Beach Police Department, which goes up the tree to people in the government in high places.
Parking mode on.
flanker? You're not flanker? You think I'm here? What? What? You're not flanker? You think I'm here? What? What? I think you're a hypocrite. What? What? You're a hypocrite. Get out of here with that bullshit, man.
This is all on video.
This is your car?
Of course, this is my car.
This is your car?
Yeah.
I should break your car.
Yeah. If us Jews aren't allowed to breathe, then you should.
Yeah, I'm a Jew.
No, I'm a Jew.
You're a Jew?
I'm a
Fuck you,
targeted
Jews.
Jew by the police.
No, fuck you.
I'm a targeted Jew by the police.
Yeah, fuck you.
Whatever, dude.
What's up? Call the police, nigga.
I don't need to. You
Call
already
police.
made your statement.
I'll beat you up and then police. What's up? What's up?
Hey, you fucking listen to me, motherfucker?
Stop already.
Hey, I'm going to put my blanket back. If you're fucking still here when I get back, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Dude, get
Bet on
lost.
that. Bet on that, motherfucker.
Get lost, you Jew killer. Yeah, good statement for the black people. Good statement for equality.
What are you?
I'm Jewish and I'm targeted by the police and I'm speak.
What are you?
I'm Jewish and I'm targeted by the police and I'm speaking out. But George is allowed, but I'm not. That's interesting.
I'm Jewish too.
Okay. So don't we all have equal rights? Shouldn't we all be together?
Yeah.
Shouldn't we all be speaking about all of us targets and victims be speaking out together?
Why are all these people trying to punch you?
Because they were told lies about me by the police and they're mad at me. And they're supporting the 42-year George Floyding of my life. And you're seeing it right here. They're supporting it.
I recommend you, brother, if this is really what you're going through, go protest to the police department.
I can't hear you.
Go protest at the police department and have the...
I'm not protesting, I'm going to speak out.
Okay.
And it's really sad that this is all on video
That's
of what
I
you just
said
did.
You come at the wrong time, at the wrong
What do
place.
you mean? I'm on your
I told you-
side
I know you are
until I see
you're on
racist shit
everybody's
like
side,
this.
but nobody...
Did you see this display over here?
I was here all day yesterday.
Yeah. And,
Yo, hey, no talking, bro. You gotta.
display over here.
I was here all day yesterday.
Yeah. And,
Yo, hey, no talking, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go, bro. You gotta go. Get in your car and go. You're coming out here and just more than people have it, bro.
You better get the fuck out of here. You think I'm fucking around with you?
More than people have it, bro.
You better get the fuck out of here. You think I'm fucking around with you? Get the fuck out of here, dog.
Ow, dude.
You think I'm fucking around? You better get the fuck out of here right now. Get the fuck out of here.
Chill out, dude. Because now you're on video. Looking really fucking bad.
Hey, say what? So what'd you say? Come here, come here.
Parking mode off.
Okay, so this video is me deciding to really actively take part in some of the George Floyd protests where people with a common cause and goal can unite against things like uniting the people against police brutality and tragic events like George Floyd, which I'm basically a 43-year psychological warfare gang stalking target by the police and government and psychology community known as gang stalking, which half the world knows now because there's 100,000 gang stalking groups against gang stalking and targeted, they call them targeted individuals or whatever. There's no official name because it's such a rare event based on coordinated groups to torture and kill people or eradicate them. Usually, gang stalking has always been small groups in small areas. My life is worldwide, over 4 billion people actively working on me to have me killed or eradicated, locked away, removed from society for reasons I can't comprehend, that start at 5 years old. Yes, 5 years old, where the psychology community and family started throwing labels on me, and boom, my constitutional rights taken away, instantly no right for protections, freedom of speech, you name it. You can go through all the, even Second Amendment, right to bear arms, and I've never really cared much about guns or weapons or anything, but yet the Constitution states, unless someone writes up maybe falsified police arrest charges and gets convictions on you or something like that, you have the right to bear arms and you should not be hunted for it until after some kind of crime happens, and that applies to the entire Constitution. You are a free man until. You cannot run around saying, I think that guy's a bad person, I think that guy's a criminal, I don't like that guy, we're going to use the judicial system to torture and kill them because I don't trust them. Well, that's the same thing as George Floyding someone if you're being tortured to be set up, ratcheted down on with psychological warfare tactics all day and night, 24/7, for 43 years, and I get daily video of it, of mass groups taking turns in anger and rage with these government internet-based kill tools built around me since '94, and it had been going on since 5 years old with different changing tactics and methods. And really, my brother and my family and the government saw an opportunity to unite a worldwide kill operation and chaos and destruction against Kevin Perlman, a really good fucking guy. I'm not going to say I'm fucking Mother Teresa. I'm not going to say I'm the Pope. I'm not going to say I haven't dabbled in shady things in life, although I really haven't dabbled in anything that shady. But I'm a really good guy, and I've proven it with every person in my life, my entire life, no matter what they keep spewing to the world to cover it up with these police and government and worldwide information dissemination systems to send out disinformation to the world on some kind of like secret news channel of lies and bullshit to rile up the masses against Kevin Perlman, and then say that I am some kind of reckless or out of control monster who is known to cause problems on these police reports alone, showing defamation of character by the police, and not just LAPD, not just San Diego PD for no reason, not just Long Beach PD, not just Colorado PD, worldwide, linking up to Congress, Senate, I can't tell you how high, with people in the psychology community working behind the scenes to eradicate my existence and cover it all up, saying he suffers from mental illness that just magically happened at 29, met with Mike Huntley's death threats, that I'm a dead man with the police and government, and he's using the system against me, have a good life now, singing World of Paranoia while working with mass groups to make it look like I suffer from paranoia. Okay, so whatever. Without getting too sidetracked, this is me driving down. Actually, this day wasn't really about going to protests. This day started on, I think, June 3rd to just drive up PCH, or down PCH, all the way kind of towards like San Diego maybe, just do a beach drive. And when I was in Long Beach, passing by Bixby Park, and I didn't know the name, the park by Bluff Park, ironically, is called Bixby Park. Now, if you don't know who I am, but 90% of the world does know who I am, even though most won't admit it, they probably know about the girl unleashed on me when I was 16 at Calabasas High, named Corey Bixby, who asked me to drive her home, where she wanted me to drop her off on Gilmore Street. Happy. And this is also around the time my mother asked me, for some strange reason, if I hit Josh Burnham in the head with a golf club. That's pretty interesting. Maybe I'll watch Happy Gilmore tonight. Okay, so anyways, you have to understand that I'm 48 years old. Back then, this was 1988 or something like that. Okay, so I didn't know that I was at Bixby Park as I was driving by, and I saw the protests in Long Beach, and I said, I thought about it for a while. I drove by and I did a few passes and sort of supported it, and then I went and did some other things. I said, fuck it, I'll come back, because I want to sort of be out there with them, but I didn't have any signage. I didn't have any signage to hold up, so I kind of stopped by and talked to some people and took part. And then I said, you know what, I'll come back the next day, I'll make some signs, and I'll come back the next day. And I actually asked someone to join me, but they sort of played the hot, cold, maybe kind of game. But I made some signs, and I came back the next day, and the protest was all gone, but I wanted to leave my signage there in help people support or stand in solidarity against police brutality. Okay, well, apparently, I'll get the details a little later, but apparently they knew I was arriving, the police knew I was arriving, a group showed up, they didn't want any signage showing that I support people uniting and peace and freedom and constitutional rights and protections, and that everything the police have been telling the world are blatant fucking fabricated bullshit to the world since I was 5 years old, and they don't want that truth coming out, so they have to keep it covered up because they don't want to be exposed to hunting and stalking a 5-year-old now for 43 years non-stop with mass groups, trying to make him look like a horrible monster to make killing him or ridding him of the world look justified, yet they don't have any actual factual arguments on anything. And there's a reason everything's based on vague labels against Kevin Perlman, is because they don't want any truthful arguments. Hence, you put up a website, you're a bad guy, we're going to rid you of the world, stating the opposing argument to their lies, you need to die. You can't do things like that, like defend yourself. Quote unquote from Mike Huntley and my own father, Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, who hate my guts for reasons I can't comprehend, but I can tell you that they reeled me back from Colorado to try to finish filleting me. Okay, so, like usual, I'm doing one of these intros because there's a lot more going on here than just this video, and there's a reason they're doing what they're doing to try to end my existence, and it has nothing to do with me other than I'm the target, and the more they do, and the more I find out, the more they have to silence me. So it's this, we're going to kill you or rid you of the world, and you don't talk, or we're going to kill you and rid you of the world. Okay? It's not about anything that anyone's been told, and the things I'm being accused of, nobody could give a flying fuck about anyways. You chewed with your mouth open at the dinner table at 8 years old, so we have to kill you because you're an out-of-control monster. Okay, yeah, right, sure, give me a break. Kevin, you think differently than everyone else. Kevin, you're brilliant, you think differently than everyone else. Okay, well, if that's your argument, state it in specifics. I think differently, nobody can understand me. What's the argument? In specifics. Facts, logic, specifics, examples. You said hey to a girl, and that's a horrible thing, and so she can hunt you down and kill you with worldwide support. So you think differently? You tapped your foot by a girl, and she doesn't like someone that taps their foot, so she has a worldwide campaign to kill me. That was Aubrey Fisher. The other one was Heather, a redhead from Yankee Doodle's pool hall. Okay, I think differently. I think normal, and normal is worst case scenario. If you don't like someone tapping their foot and you can't fucking deal with it, then don't call them up again and ask them to help you with your photography, right? I go all the way down to Venice Beach to help this person with their photography, and the only thing that happens is I tap my foot by them, and there's a worldwide campaign to kill me with that one foot tapping tactic for 6 years worldwide. But what about the fact that I devoted my entire day to helping this person free of charge or whatever, and that this person kept calling me up asking for favors or pretending she's kind of a friend or wanting me kind of in her life, like come to my parties. But it turns out that everything she was trying to do was reel me in to fillet me, and ironically, her name was Aubrey Fisher, working with Rody Morales, working with Topanga Division LAPD, paid off by my own father to hunt me down and exterminate me. But what's the argument how I think differently? What's the argument? People on the planet Earth don't tap their foot ever? It's never happened before? And if you do, you're shot in the head? Okay, so I don't understand the argument, because there is no argument. Because these are psychotic murderers that want to justify murder with stupid things that don't make sense. Me being attacked at Bixby Park in Long Beach during the protest or the next day after for putting a sign on the ground that says all lives matter. Oh my God, I'm horrible, I'm a racist. All lives matter, I'm a racist. Because I think differently. Nobody would ever say all lives matter. Now, just to clarify, yes, Black Lives Matter. But above black lives is all lives. And my life. So all lives matter, black lives matter, my life matters. It's not okay to kill black people. It's not, well, let me rephrase that. It's not okay for the police to brutalize and kill black people because they're black. It's not okay for the police labeling Kevin Perlman as an it or something and killing me because they don't want me having friends or relationships. It's not okay for the cops to go after Jews. It's not okay for the cops to go after Latin Mexican. It's not okay for the cops to hunt down, torture, and kill Asians. It's not okay for the cops to run around and shove firecrackers up squirrels' asses. I don't know. Okay, so the point is that George Floyd was tragic, but it's not just about George Floyd. It's about people held accountable for George Floyd, but it's about keeping everyone, the bigger picture, safe, not just the black community, but all of us, safe from corrupt police. That's what everything's about. And when I was out at the protests, there weren't just black people out there. There were people of all races and cultures holding signs, and there were several people with similar signs like All Lives Matter. And the entire reason I wrote All Lives Matter is from seeing signage on the internet from some protests with people All Lives Matter. Okay? So this isn't just a Kevin Perlman thing. The point I'm getting at is everyone's doing the same thing, but if Kevin Perlman does it, they're going to try to twist and contort some lame-ass justification that doesn't make any sense, but it's okay for everyone else. Okay? Just like turning 5 years old and saying everyone's protected by the Constitution of the United States of America and are free people, or free men, except Kevin Perlman. Okay, well, if the Constitution of the United States isn't for everyone, then why do we have it? Because it's as good as toilet paper, right? I mean, why do we have a piece of paper that says we are all protected by these constitutional protections, except him, because I don't like him, or I don't trust him, or he has a mole on his face, or his nose is too big, or his hair's long, but you're all protected, except him and him and him. Well, you're not protected. That's the point. If the Constitution is pointless, it's worthless. It doesn't do anything anymore. Okay? This is bigger than George Floyd. And in past history, we've seen event after event like George Floyd. And not just with black people. With all races and cultures. I never thought it would happen to me. I grew up in a very good area. I never thought it would happen to me, especially at 5 years old. And with the resources, with the psychology community, the police, the government, the internet-based kill tools they built around me since 1994. Excuse me. I never in a million years thought that I would turn 29 and for no reason at all find out the government, police, psychology community, part of my family were hunting me for extermination for no reason at all, with nothing specific said, and weird, freaky, vague labels, or vague sayings, that nothing is about anything at all. Example, it's your behavior. You're a monster. You know what you did. Okay? It's my behavior. What's my behavior? Is this shirt bad behavior? Is this the United States flag bad behavior? Because to a communist, this could be bad behavior. Okay? There's no specific argument. And everything I've ever been accused of is vague like that. Nothing is specific. Okay, then there's the provokings that try to get reactions to say, look what you did. Okay, so now I'm going to go through a few notes here, and this could take a long time, being my situation is so complex that I can't just show you the video. You have to understand the foundation from the beginning to understand why these people, these mass gang stalking groups are hunting me in these unheard of methods, or very rare methods, which you can see on video. They're unheard of. Everything you're looking at, if you're focused on this black guy running at me for no reason, attacking me, well, that's the simple part. What about the people showing up in red and black clothing and the Savage Taco truck to try to make me look like a schizo. So anyways, you know, I'll get into this, and I have over 6 hours of video in Long Beach of this day. This is the short version, okay? But let me go down my list of notes to sort of try to get the background information that you really need to understand. I mean, if you don't want to take the time to understand it, I understand, but for it to really make sense, because some of the very few people that ask me, well, why is this happening? It's a very complex, unheard of situation, and in my life, nothing is simple. For me, buying a stupid car can end in 50 coordinated, conspiring, paranoid, schizo idea of reference, things trying to send my way, trying to make me look crazy, okay? So, my life is very different from what normal life is, and my life became this way after Mike Huntley's death threats. At 29, you're a fucking dead man and all that. Realizing he was working with Rody Morales and the LAPD sent after me to exterminate me. Just one of the many people linked to my brother and his friends. After my brother telling me at 16, he and his friends are going to put me in a mental institution after I stop him from bashing Greg Wall's head in with a crowbar. But yet things get, as you go down the rabbit hole, things get deeper and deeper and more complex. Example, Greg Wall was never in danger, and Greg Wall is now mad at me for stating the situation 30 years later, that while they're writing up fabricated false police reports to rid me of the world, this is linking back to that event, or several of these events. That was 16, so this goes down to 5. And Greg Wall doesn't want me talking, showing that Greg Wall was actually working with my brother to try to peer pressure me into helping my brother, which failed. Okay? So that's how complex each and every one of these situations are, but more importantly, now you understand who my friends were, or what they were involved in. Okay, so let me just go down my list of notes here, and I'm going to try to go fairly fast, but you can see how every incident links into 100 different connected events. Now, I am drinking coffee here. Now, I've been told that drinking coffee is some kind of crime, and even weirder, somehow I've been told that this has to do with black people. So, like when Jada Fire is told to sort of follow me to coffee shops to try to frame me and make it look like I hate black people, and when black people at coffee shops are provoking me over and over with their terror tactics, trying to get me to go off on black people at coffee shops, or I should say black people and black employees, I'm sorry, what the fuck does that have to do with coffee? What does black people have to do? Okay, so the beans are brown or black? Does that, technically you could say it could be about Mexicans, because some of the coffee beans are a little lighter, right? I don't know, but the point is, hello, did I wake up in a fucking Twilight Zone? So anyways, I'm supposedly not allowed to drink coffee, but I'm also not allowed to get gas from my car, or eat at restaurants, or go to the supermarket, because these are all crimes. And I will be followed from place to place and stalked and hunted by worldwide groups, all conspiring on these internet kill tools for such crimes like drinking coffee. Yeah, I know, it makes perfect sense, right? Obviously, it's not about coffee. It's not even about black people, even though at 8 years old, after I kissed a black girl when I was 8, she was 8, my family moved me back a grade. They called T1 class between 1st and 2nd grade, where I kissed a black girl, and after that I was labeled a white supremacist for kissing a black girl. Now, if someone wants to explain that other than conservative, psychotic, demented family control to sabotage, I would love to hear an actual, factual, logical explanation based on events, actual events, not, you're racist and you need to die. And you're a liar because you say you're not a racist. Well, you can call me a fucking racist once you give me a fucking scenario that makes me look racist. But there are none. Not even close. That's the point. And then it shifts from black people to Asian people to maybe I dated an Asian girl, so I hate Asian women because she wanted to marry me and she didn't get my money. I don't know. Okay, so anyways, you get the point that all the arguments since 5 years old are the same as this one right here with the coffee. They don't make sense. And when you have groups of black people and Latin or Mexican people going, he needs to die, and you're going to see it on this video, they're the racists. They're the reverse racists. Because in each and every event, they have an empty label. You're a racist, I need to kill you. What's this about? I won't tell you. I don't know you. I'm in Long Beach. I live here in Woodland Hills. If I live here in Woodland Hills and black people are attacking me in Long Beach, we come back to the original 19-year conversation, 19 years ago conversation. You say I'm delusional. You say I'm a violent paranoid schizo. You say nobody knows me. But in every city and state I go, people know me and want me dead. And if I go to Long Beach, for no reason at all, people are attacking me physically and with mental illness tactics. So in this case, these are physical assault and batteries. And the police are writing things on the paperwork saying I sound paranoid, I've been known to cause problems, which is bullshit. They're covering it all up, and most importantly, if everyone in Long Beach knows me and is attacking me in an anger and rage, the police know me, and if the police are making up lies, which they are, that's defamation of character. And if the police are blasting these lies worldwide, that's an execution. That's a George Floyding. For no reason, even if I were to be a troublemaker. Why would this be blasted to the entire planet? Okay, so they're full of shit. Okay, so, let's see my notes. Okay, so first I want to start off with a shirt. The judicial system is claiming that I'm against the United States because I have a website, kevinperlmantarget.com, and previously to kevinperlmantarget.com, I was building websites like one's online now. I think it's the Gang Stalking Directory or gangstalkingreporter.com. gangstalkingdirectory.com, and what it is, it's a listing of places that targets can get help if they're being targeted, like lawyers that'll help them, or I was building database systems for them to document and prove that they're being stalked and targeted. Now the judicial system and the people, they're quote-unquote neighborhood kill, stalk, watch groups, people, those lonely people that want attention, so they pretend that they're part of the police department and they join the neighborhood watch groups and they're told to be vigilantes and kill people. These are gang stalking operations. That's not the definition of a neighborhood watch group. So the judicial system, and by the way, my sister-in-law, Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, who's running for Congress 2020 in Florida, who has deemed on paper that I have screenshots off the web, we need to deem Kevin as crazy, hinting that they need to lock me away right before DISSI was paid off to lock me away. And I can go a lot deeper, how it links to her and my brother. Believe that I'm anti-US for having websites to protect people from being George Floyded to death with psychological torture and kill operations, which is actually the opposite. How is that anti-American? To say that America's judicial system can do whatever they want and torture and kill people because they don't like them or trust them is anti-American. America states you are a free man until we have an executive, a legislative, and judicial branch to keep everyone safe from corrupt trash like DISSI paid off to kill people. Okay? That's the point. While DISSI's running around fabricating police report after police report, for me, for Rex Schillenberger, who has sued federally, LA County and DISSI have been sued and are in settlement. So that when the judicial system says that we can kill people we don't like, and you're anti-American for stating look what's being done to my life, and here's ways to report it or document it and get help. Well, that's insane. Okay, so they're full of shit. And I've been told by 2 lawyers, Seymour Amster and I can't remember another defense attorney, telling me that if the judicial system doesn't like you, they can do whatever they want. Well, but they need to be held accountable. There needs to be checks and balances, or they're going to show up at your door, putting bullet holes in your head like Adolf Hitler. Okay? They can't do whatever they want, or if they do, they need to be held accountable. Okay, so yes, I am wearing an American shirt because yes, I am very United States in America. But to say that America with that ego, we're the best place in the world, don't say anything bad about us or we'll kill you. No, that's not America. That's 1940 Germany. Okay? America is a good country. America, however, is nothing like what it was when we had Abraham Lincoln, or right after the Industrial Revolution, where we really thrived. Our political system in America is now corrupt and broken. It does not work. It's run by the top dollar bullshit artists and nothing gets accomplished. Okay? By people who want to win and not solve problems. That's what America is now. Now, I'm not saying America is a bad place. What I'm saying is that if you want to be, and this applies to everything in life, it applies to your marriage, it applies to running a business, it applies to being a good person, it applies to our judicial or to our political system. You cannot run around saying we're the best and we're going to step on everyone in our path. You have to be humble and say we're going to try to be the best that we can be. And it's interesting when I say that because people jump, oh, Kevin, you're crazy and you're a perfectionist. Well, no, there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is a myth. You can't. Perfection is unobtainable. What I'm saying is, in order to always thrive, you can't run around going, I'm the best and I don't care about your opinion. Okay? You might be the best for a short period, but then you're going to be pummeled. Okay, if you want a good stable country, if you want a good stable marriage, you can't run around saying I'm right, you're wrong, and I'm the best. What you got to say is, I'm going to strive to be a really good person, and I want to hear what you have to say, and I might, my decision might change or vary, but I want the argument, and I want to know my shortcomings so that I can better myself or better my country. And that makes a good, decent person. That makes a good leader. That makes someone that's always focused on the future and bettering something. Okay, well, that's all gone. That has disappeared. That is out of our judicial system. That is out of our political system. They don't fucking care. Okay? And they're running around, we're the best, and we can kill whoever we want, bypassing the Constitution or whatever. I don't want to go too deep down that way. But my point is to say that if I speak out against corrupt police or things being done to my life, and I'm anti-American, well, that's insane. They're anti-American. Okay, so just to go off on the shirt, because I know people are going to be like, he's anti-America because he has a website about the government stalking him. Well, I don't really have much choice until they stop and people speak out about what's been done to the last 48 or 43 years of my life. Because they have they have an entire planet riled against me since 5 years old to execute me. And that's not okay. Okay. This is very important, and everyone damn well knows this. Gang stalking is not a legitimate term. And what you're going to see on this video are some people that look like gang members. Well, the skater doesn't. The 2 Mexican guys kind of sort of do, but probably not. Because they're wearing the red, white, and black gang stalking clothing patterns linked back to Woodland Hills here and one of the bars, Bull something bar at Gateway Plaza, where a guy working with them with the same colors was stalking me and trying to silence me about what they're doing in my life. So I don't think he's a gang member. But anyways, the point is that gang stalking is not about gangs, literally. And everyone knows this. Okay? Gang stalking is a term used of groups of people to gang up on someone, and there is not one official term. There's many fragmented terms because it's such a rare situation. Gang stalking, cause stalking, community harassment groups, they're all based on groups of people conspiring to torture and torment and make someone look mentally ill, and off them, which has been done to me since 5 years old, to eradicate. And they're not always government operations, but in my case, it is a government operation. And gang stalking tactics actually originate from Adolf Hitler's next regime of warfare and trickle down to the KKK, and I'm guessing that the police learned it from hanging around criminals with white power and things like that. That's what I'm guessing. Because the cops are blasting out lie after lie about me to the world, and they're riling up actual literal gang members and everyone else worldwide against me to try to make me look crazy to justify killing me based on disinformation to the world and on their internet-based terror news. I call them kill systems, but they're almost like a news channel of lies. Every hour, newer and newer lies are fabricated about Kevin Perlman and illegally given to the world in illegal civil crimes. But in this case, because their real intent is to kill me, it's attempted murder and a crime in progress, but they're never going to admit it. Okay? Having mass groups follow someone all day and night, 24/7, minute by minute, with psychological warfare tactics, and deciding to do it premeditatedly with motive and execution is murder. There is no if, then, but, blah, blah, blah. It is a way of killing someone and getting away with it. Okay? It was premeditatedly thought out at 5 years old. This is what we're going to do to Kevin. It has been executed with worldwide support. Almost every person, at least probably 4 out of 7 billion people, working on me all day and night with the thought in their head, I'm going to hurt Kevin Perlman, is a murder operation. But if you want to stick to the civil laws, civilly, lie, slander, definition, slander, defamation, lies, all the same thing really. Blasting out to mass groups to destroy someone causes damages, and when you make up lies and create damages based on destroying someone's character, that is a civil crime suable to be compensated with under pain and suffering and destroying someone's reputation so they can't go out and work. Okay? But the reality of the situation is whoever's behind it should be put in the electric chair. Okay, so anyways, gang stalking obviously is not about, hey, vato, I'm in a gang, respect. No, gang stalking is about groups. Doesn't matter, a 10-year-old boy, a 90-year-old woman, all told, every time you see this guy, click your alarm horn twice. Every time you walk by this guy, whistle at him, stranger after stranger. Every time you see this guy, shine your headlights at him. Wear shirts to send him schizophrenia messages. Put things on the ground where he sits. Walk by talking to your friend, hinting about the websites he served to or things like that. Are all strategic, premeditated attacks by mass groups to try to make someone look like they're 5150, a violent paranoid schizo, all the above to off them, whether it be getting them to kill themselves, whether getting them to react in such a way that they can have their police friends sweep on in and arrest them from their reactions and say, look what this guy did and he's crazy and we need to lock him in a mental institution. Now, Sean Dinsey himself was fabricating paperwork with Rex Schillenberger, trying to lock him into a mental institution for sleeping in his van because Dinsey wants to clean up the streets and create a perfect Aryan Brotherhood, 1940 Germany environment, and that's his definition of clean streets. Okay? And he's the guy paid off to hunt me and thug me, who said, I saw your website before arresting me, showing that he's guilty. If you've seen my website, you've seen the proof. If you're coming after me because I have proof of me being attacked, you're trying to silence me for what I know. He's involved in attempted murder, and that's you want to take out the fluffy bullshit. That's the truth. He's a murderer involved in attempted murder. I wonder if he's killed other people, if he's just blown their brains out. I don't know, but he was sent after me as a pit bull. He came after me. He tried to silence me. They're still trying to silence me. The world keeps getting newer and newer lies and disinformation, especially the racial bullshit. Okay, so standing in solidarity. This is important. In this video, there is a Mexican girl in all black. Now, one of the gang stalking tactics are mass groups following me around, wearing all black, like we're we're James Bond people, or something like this, right? Now, you would never pick up on this until maybe you're going to Encino Starbucks and you're seeing hundreds per hour walking by you and whistling and wearing all black, and you're watching the clothing tactics change from random different colors to all of a sudden everyone that shows up is wearing all black because they're mad at you for hanging out at a coffee shop, getting work done, being friendly, socializing, working on websites like Reef Junkies when I was getting into saltwater aquariums, or creating art. And I'm a horrible monster for being out with people and socializing and being friendly and trying to make friends and date women and all this, and that makes me a horrible monster, but yet it's expected of everyone else, and nobody's mad at them for going to coffee shops or being social or not being social or whatever. So they have mass worldwide armies hunt me and kill me for leaving my house to go to coffee shops or play pool or go to a park and sit and chill out or sketch on a sketch pad or whatever. It jumps from thing to thing because I'm a horrible, reckless, out of control monster for those behaviors. But the mass groups following me from place to place trying to kill me, those are good behaviors, especially since 5 years old. And then telling me you don't tell anyone or we kill you. Okay, and I can't tell you how many security companies I have that are paid off since a young child to follow me from place to place, playing victim and crying wolf, on things that I didn't even know were going on till way after 29. I mean, I have a list of security companies alone this long paid off to follow me from place to place, threatening my life over and over with the you don't talk or we kill you, you're not allowed to have a camera or we'll kill you. It's not always that direct. Sometimes it's more subtle, sometimes it's more direct. But most of it gets on video, and it's not one random event, and all these events are things that nobody would care about. Okay, so example, you walk into a store and you have a camera on your shoulder, who's going to care? The guy that's involved in the crime. Does that make sense? Because normally, you don't follow people around going, why do you have a camera? Why do you have a camera? Oh, I think you're up to something. Why do you have a camera? We're going to kill you. You have a camera. Okay, people don't behave that way. The only types of people that behave that way are people that are involved in crimes. Okay? And then when security companies follow you around because you have a camera, then what are you going to do? You can get a fucking video of security companies paid off to try to threaten your life and things like that. And I can go down a list. Golden West, Allied Universal, City Guard, ADT, Securitas AB, all contacted. Not one. All contact. I even have conversations on video with ADT stating that if I have a sign on my car, Kevin Perlman Target, stating my self-defense argument, that I'm really not allowed out at public places. Well, why do you care? I mean, look, you can agree with my sign. Let me put it a bit different way. Why do you care if I have a sign on my car that says Kevin's Plumbing, Kevin's Photography, KevinPerlmanTarget.com? You can go to the website or you cannot go to the website, right? But to run around saying you don't have the First Amendment freedom of speech, I don't like you having a website that says that the world's been lied to, so you're not allowed to ever leave your house, and anywhere you go in the world, we're going to hunt you and kill you. Well, need I say any more? If you have a problem with Kevin Perlman Target, you're anti-American, you're a gang stalker, you're a child molester, you're a pedophile, you're into kiddie porn, I don't care, whatever, all the above. If you have a problem with me with a self-defense argument against the worldwide lies and secret, you're a murderer. Plain and simple. You do not believe in freedom of speech, you do not believe in constitutional protections, you don't belong in the U.S. Okay, now I'm not going to run around like them, trying to judge and execute and punish like them, but I'm just stating that based on personality, if you have a problem with Kevin Perlman Target and the proof of the crimes against me existing, then you're a criminal. It's that simple. No one in their right mind, behaviorally, would have a problem with Kevin Perlman Target. They'd normally be out with picket signs saying this is unacceptable, especially with the 25 terabytes of proof. Okay, so, let's see. Okay, so, I got a little sidetracked. The Mexican girl's wearing all black. I put the sign on the ground by in remembrance of George Floyd, standing in solidarity against police brutality, something like this. And she plays victim like I'm desecrating George Floyd, but I was out there the entire day, well, half the day, with protesters, all with the same message. Uniting in unity. Uniting in unity. Not George Floyd is important, but Jews need to die. Not black power. Uniting in unity. This is about safety, protections, constitutional protections. Not being hunted and killed by angry police. Not the police running you down saying, I'm going to kill you because you're Jewish. Not the police running around saying, I'm going to kill you because you're black. Not the police running around saying, I'm just going to kill you because I'm having a bad day. Not the police saying, we're the judicial system, we can do whatever we want. This is not just, yes, George Floyd is important. George Floyd did not need to die. That's unacceptable. But it's bigger than just George Floyd. Or does George Floyd, or I should say, if George Floyd was alive today, do you think he would say, this is just about me and all you need to die? No. He would say this was unacceptable, and if I could save other people's lives, I would. And that's what I'm saying about my life while I'm still breathing and they want me dead. Okay? So, the point I'm making is all the people the next day at Bixby Park knew I was arriving in town before I arrived, and they were all coming out as I was arriving, and I actually have video proof showing it because I videoed the entire day on DVR, and I'm talking, narrating into the camera, hey, didn't I see these people an hour ago, and aren't they coming the same way? And okay, you get it? So, all the people coming out, and while I have no proof that the Savage taco truck was there solely to try to send me idea of reference schizo messages about Savage Hispanics, I would put my money on the fact that they were there to try to hint about these savages, so to speak, ironically, right? With a lot of other things going on that aren't on camera or on other cameras directed at me, but even the things on the narrow tunnel vision camera, you can still see people showing up in red and black clothing colors, I think black and blues, in small groups. And most importantly, you can see the behaviors of these strangers that I don't know, how they're behaving towards me, and how they're stalking and waiting. Now remember, this is the short video. I have all sorts of 6 hours of events of people yelling and screaming and threatening my life from stranger to stranger, and I live in Woodland Hills, an hour and a half away. How do you explain it? Well, because Kevin's known to cause problems? Well, but how is that getting out worldwide? Because however that's getting out worldwide is illegal. And if it's illegal, it's not a trustable news source. And if it's not coming on the news, but on secret internet defamation networks with the police, then they're execution operations. Highly illegal. Okay? You can't go out blasting, hey, you see that guy over there? They're a rapist, and every town in the world's notified the guy's a rapist. And then there's entire planet trying to kill a guy, and the guy's walking around going, what's this about? Can you tell me what it's about? You know what you did, but we're not going to tell you. World of paranoia, world of paranoia, world of paranoia, like Mike Huntley, right? Okay, and on that note, if I'm a bad guy, then why is Mike Huntley singing over and over in my office that he wanted to start a company with me for 6 years? World of paranoia. If you did something wrong, you're not going to walk around saying world of paranoia. You're going to say, this is what you did. Not world of paranoia, because to say world of paranoia means I'm trying to make it look like you suffer from mental illness. And that was my brother's threat at 16. Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution for not supporting him, for stopping him from bashing Greg Waugh's head in with a crowbar. Okay? But nobody wants to talk about that, especially Greg Waugh, who confesses to it on video, but he doesn't want to talk about it. Okay, so standing in solidarity and a sign that says all lives matter with Kevin Perlman Target, and read about what they're also doing to me and everyone else. The Mexican girl's views are actually selfish. Like she's trying to create a little cult. We're better than you. We're special. Your thing doesn't apply. Your situation doesn't apply to George Floyd. My situation is actually more pertinent than George Floyd's. And no offense to you, George Floyd, if you could hear this. Because I'm still alive to speak about it, and I'm still alive to try to stop these illegal operations that protects everyone, and the method of killing on gang stalking is completely different from putting a knee on your neck. It's a long, slow process, and you just pass out in the street and die with like blood coming out of your eyes and ears after like 20 years of being tortured to death. While you're running around for 20 years screaming at the top of your lungs, leave me the fuck alone, stop. Okay? But it's the same ratcheting on a minute by minute, all day and night, 25. So imagine that knee on your neck for 20 years. Okay? 20 years. You can't go to your job while there's a knee on your neck. You can't ask people for job applications or go to college, even though I went to college because I didn't know what was going on and accomplished all these things because I didn't know what was going on. But once that knee's on your neck, whether it's a real knee might get you 9 minutes. Psychological knees, minute by minute for the rest of your life. Well, you're going to be breathing, but you're not going to be accomplishing much, but trying to get that knee off your neck. Okay? So, if you're ignorant or incapable of expanding past some stupid thing that you see and not being able to apply this to that for your future and safety, just like Edward Snowden is speaking out for us and his life is destroyed after he found out too much and started speaking out, it's the same thing. So if you're going to shoot yourself in the foot because not having good common sense or education, that's not a smart move for your own futures. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm better than anyone, but I'm just saying, if you're going to be that close-minded, you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're endangering everyone's safety and protections by coming after me in anger when I'm speaking out for you. Okay, so you can see how this Mexican girl behavior is standing in solidarity with a sign this big, huge in front of her. She can't grasp this concept that with these hundreds of signs on the ground about standing in solidarity and other victims, and I'm clearly a victim who's still breathing, somehow I don't apply to this group, and that message states that she's a gang stalker. Okay? Half the people you saw at this park on this video, and there's a lot more video, are gang stalkers working on illegal operations with the police, and they're not good people. Okay? They're not good people, and they're lonely, and they want attention, and they want to feel like they're doing something for the greater good, and so the police tell them to be vigilantes, and they take part. And they're not good people. Okay? And I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about the people that are taking part in the gang stalking. Because they don't believe in law and order and protections. They don't believe in following procedures to keep people safe and healthy. And they don't believe in due process. They believe in shoot first, ask questions later, and if I don't like you, I have a different opinion. If you're a different race, if you're a different culture, if you're weird, because that's one of the things. Kevin, you're weird, so we have to kill you. I'm weird. Fucking look at you. Okay, so you're weird, so I have the right to kill you. You're an Indian, so I have the right to kill you. You're Jewish, so I have the right to kill you. That's what they're saying. And I'm saying, stand in solidarity, just like that fucking sign says. Stop gang stalking, stop police brutality, stop what was done to George Floyd. Everyone needs to be aware for the future. We need law and order, we need procedures, we need to figure out ways to keep checks and balances. No, that's not acceptable, Kevin. Okay. All right. Well, they're not saying it because they believe it. They're saying it because in their mind, Kevin needs to die. Okay. Police trying to cover up the last 43 years by saying I'm known to cause problems. They're not my problems. They're the police's problems. They're fiction and cover-ups created by all the things. Example. We're at Bixby Park. And a large part of this has to actually do with Corey Bixby sent after me when I was 16. What did I do to Corey Bixby? Did I not ask her out? Is that my crime? So I ruined her life? Did I not marry her and give her a big house and 100 cars? Did I ruin her life and I'm a bad guy and need to die? Did I not buy her a huge $10 million wedding ring so I need to die? The only is I was never even really friends with Corey Bixby. I kind of had a little crush on her, and at one point she asked me to drive her home to Gilmore Street, and then she was mad at me for no reason at all. Was she mad at me because I didn't ask her out? Was she mad at me because my armpit smelled? So now I need to die? I can't tell you why she was mad at me, but I find out through my father with his little schizo guilt messages 30 years later, hinting that somehow I did something to her driving her home to where I don't think she really lived on Gilmore Street, past Camarillo High School, which is weird because if you live by Camarillo High School, wouldn't you go to Camarillo, not Calabasas? Okay, so anyways, it comes out that I built cars, and I was building my Trans Am, and I pushed a teeny bit. If you have a fast car, you know what I'm talking about, okay? If you have a fast car with a powerful engine, you know what I'm talking about. I pushed the gas pedal a little to feel the engine and but it's so subtle. We're talking like, I did it with Brittany Anderson last month. You could barely, like a couple millimeters on the thing, just sort of, oh, well, you're trying to scare her, you're trying to kill her, you're trying to do this, you're trying to do that. You tried to kill her in your car, and you're like, wait, because my car went from 45 miles per hour to 46 miles per hour, I tried to kill her in my car. Right, okay, so so they're taking these minuscule events, like they're taking the Trivial Pursuit. They're taking, I tapped my foot by Aubrey Fisher for 6 years, worldwide groups. Out of these thousands of different tactics like this, I tapped my foot by Aubrey Fisher, so worldwide, for 6 years, people tapping on counters, or tapping their foot by me in lines and things. at airports in Washington, D.C., and Florida, and Vegas, and wherever, Virginia, Texas, I don't fucking know. Because I tapped my foot by a girl? Well, if tapping your foot by a girl is grounds for execution, then what is slurping on a straw? What is chewing with your mouth open? What is going 60 in a 40? Okay, you get the idea? They're full of shit. Kevin's causing problems. What was my problem? I went 60 in a 40? So there's a worldwide campaign to kill me for my reckless, out-of-control behavior? Or was it because I didn't get all A's in high school? Was that it? And I've ruined everyone's life for not getting all A's? Was it because I didn't go to medical school like the rest of my family? So I'm crazy and need to die? Right? So when the police say that I'm causing problems, the only problem I'm causing is saying these people won't fucking stop stalking me, and I keep going to the police station filing reports, and they go, we're not going to help you. The police are involved in an ongoing murder operation, an attempted murder since 5 years old, period. And that's gang stalking, but I've never really heard of an operation where the police and psychology community started on 5-year-olds, so really it's kind of like child molesting. Okay, so I don't want to go too deep on that. Now this is the 5th attack, physical. We have Topanga Ventura, Starbucks, security guard John Paul Naranjo from Boys and Associates Security paid off to attack me. 7 blows in the back, 7 blows in the head, first one from behind, and luckily I kind of stopped them, but no one would help me or say anything. And after reporting it to the police didn't want to charge anything because they don't want me talking about what's being done to my life. They want to try to make me look crazy. Let's see, we had a black guy in Encino Starbucks or next door on the Rite Aid or CVS softly punched me in the face and calling the police. Police knew it happened before I called them, and it looks like he was told to by the police. There might be 6. What else? Bailey Bernard. Bailey Bernard follows me home from Warner Center Park. Bailey Bernard throws his body up against mine, screaming at me. Bailey Bernard blocks the fence to my gate walking in. Bailey Bernard hits the keys out of my hand trying to open the gate that he's blocking. A fight breaks out. I call the police, 911. I drive down to the police station with photos. Police lie, say I never called the police. I'm arrested for calling the police. They charged me with a battery against the guy they paid off to follow me home from the park. Now, they might have won in court, but everything on paperwork shows illegal operations, with Bailey Bernard, Terrence Scroggins, Dincy fabricating the paperwork. Lawyer Seymour Amster refused to bring in anything that would defend me, even a parking ticket 2 weeks before me taking the stand, which I shouldn't have taken the stand, which Seymour told me I needed to take the stand, and then lied to Brittany Anderson, my therapist, stating that I'm crazy and wanted to take the stand. Okay, now all this, 90% of this is recorded on paperwork, photos, and video. And there's court transcripts of people like Terrence Scroggins stating that if he doesn't like someone, he can follow them from place to place and rid them of the world. Okay? While he's on his anger and management classes. Okay, so Bailey Bernard stalked me by following me home, assault and batteried me, several other things. And in retrospect, it was so trivial anyways, because all we really did was grapple on the ground. And in court, the only thing, I had like some bruises, and the only thing in court, he had like a teeny tiny little bruise on his knee, and that was it. But they were trying to obviously send a message that, Kevin, you don't talk or we kill you, while we're hunting you to have you executed and killed with these mass worldwide gang stalking, minute by minute psychological warfare attacks. So we're going to try to tie your arms behind your back and immobilize you while we psychologically have people taking turns on you minute by minute, and maybe and probably what they want is you get out of your chains and then you just go BAM! Right? And then they go, this guy's crazy and he's filled with anger and rage and he's a ticking time bomb and he's the next Vegas shooter. Right? And that's their agenda. To try to make me look crazy, to try to make me look like the next Vegas shooter. Criminal Sean Dinsey has proven that on paper. I have tons of paperwork showing everything that's going on is highly illegal and my innocence. Tons of video, tons of judicial paperwork, you name it, that they're trying to silence me. Okay, so the other attacker, another attacker working with the LAPD that I almost forgot, is I just called him the dog attacker. And most of these earlier attackers were all bald, by the way. I don't know if there's, I'm guessing there's something to that. Bailey Bernard was bald, the dog attacker was bald. Another guy that was waiting for me with the police on Canoga and Burbank, which I have a video of attacking me and the police refused to take it. And the perp actually walked by the police, and instead of the police saying something to the guy, he was sort of belittling me, trying to make me look crazy. The dog attacker is all on video and audio recorded, which Detective Shapiro at Topanga Division says I'm delusional and it never happened. After giving her the video, one of the doctors at the West Hills Medical Center above says I suffer from delusional disorders. Wait, I've never heard of a ER doctor talking about psychology, but not only that, underneath the Kevin's delusional is Kevin came in for treatment with dog attacks, we treated him and blah blah blah, and there's photos and video of me in the hospital with ripped bloody shirts and my arm bleeding and my leg bleeding and all this. But gee, that's interesting. I'm delusional, never happened, even though Detective Shapiro has the video of it. And it's all because, oh, by the way, and the dog that he had could attack on cue and appeared to be a police-trained canine. And was picked up by a police canine truck at one point, which I have photos and video of. That's kind of interesting, isn't it? But yet, my own lawyer at the time, Seymour Amster, after seeing the video, started making up lies, even to my face, that I forced a business card on the guy when my words were, do you want a card? Oh, I think you already have one. How do you explain that? Now, all these things are on video or audio recorded. But I'm crazy, and I'm imagining it. Okay, so just remember that, because these are the things on my website, on YouTube, on Venmo, spewed out to the world, that they say I'm crazy, and these most recent police reports saying I'm known to cause problems. I don't know, is handing a guy a card saying these people won't stop fucking attacking me, trying to lock me away, and you've been lied to, a public nuisance? And then the guy, and I'm sort of speaking in general, from a theoretical, but most of these situations are the same, either it's said or I'm attacked or they can call the police making up a lie. Well, you don't talk or we kill you. I don't want your card because I want you dead. And you don't talk or we kill you. Okay? Because normally, if you think someone's crazy, you just go, oh, whatever, he's crazy, I don't have time. Not sit there taking turns on someone with gang stalking, psychological provoking to try to get reactions. Okay, so I might be forgetting some, there's just so many. So in between the mass psychological mobbing since 5 years old, or the physical attacks to you don't talk or we kill you, and then even arrests, you don't talk or we lock you away, and then the bigger picture of trying to get me into mental institutions, which were my brother's own threats at 16. And as I talk with Brittany Anderson on several videos, we talk about all these weird, crazy events of people threatening to put me in mental institutions. Not one crazy loon, random crazies just migrating towards me with the same templated agenda. How do you explain it? Who else? Oh, street thug on video attacking me. Police refused to take the video on Burbank, Canoga, and Burbank because he was mad that I had proof of the police on 5 or 6 times trying to break in my house. So he was helping the police. All these thugs are helping the police. He was mad that I had video of the police trying to break in my house. Why would you be mad about that? Wouldn't you be mad at the police? Okay, the recent Long Beach attacks, physical attacks by this black guy, black skater, working with 2 Latin guys. What is that, 4? And I'm drawing a blank, but yeah, whatever. If it comes to me, it doesn't matter. You get the idea. Okay, so there have been about 5, maybe 6 physical attacks to try to thug me quiet with the constant gang stalking attacks. The minute-by-minute gang stalking attacks. Shit. Okay, so this is an important question. Why is it that everyone worldwide is mad at the one person, Kevin Perlman, speaking out to protect them on their behalf? Does that make sense? And I wouldn't, if I had my choice, I'd be out living my fucking life. But I don't have a choice because I'm being hunted by a planet of people, by the judicial system who's lying, trying to say I'm crazy. And every day it gets on video. But we don't want to look at the video because you're crazy, based on empty labels. But if I have proof, why don't you look at the proof? Example, if I have proof of people assaulting me, the police station will say, I'm not going to look at the video because you're crazy. Well, that's strange. Crazy or not, you're going to want to look at the video. I mean, you got to be fucking crazy to not want to look at the flat-out black and white proof for any reason. Let me rephrase it. Crazy or a psychotic murderer or someone involved in a murder operation. Someone with something to hide. Okay. So the question is, how are these people, and I know that a lot of them, I don't want to use smart or stupid, but aren't seeing clearly? Is that a good way to... Lack of common sense? I don't know. Maybe so programmed to stupidity. Like maybe they watch soap operas every day and they start to think it's real. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me how people can't look at the obvious and see the obvious. Go look what the fuck's being done to this guy, especially since 5 years old. So why would you be against me? I represent everything that helps people, keeps people safe, and says you go out and do whatever you want to do, provided it's not illegal, and you be whoever the hell you want to be. And how can you be mad about that, going, we're weirdo killers, and we're going to kill you, Kevin, and we're going to kill all weirdos? Well, first of all, I don't know what a weirdo is. Is that a new breed of human, weirdo? Is Robin Williams considered a weirdo? Does he need to die? Maybe Billy Crystal, is he considered a weirdo? Eddie Murphy, is he a weirdo? Does he need to die? All these people's sense of humor, are they all weirdos that need to be put in the weirdo category and put in concentration weirdo camps? Okay, I don't get it. I've never heard anything like this from these people. And the reason they're acting this way is to try to make me look crazy if I have an argument about what they're doing. The mind-boggling question is that everyone's mad at me for speaking out about freedoms, being who you want to be. I don't care if it's gay, it's hetero, if it's asexual, if you want to marry a blade of grass. I don't give a flying fuck, right? If you want to live your life in a pink tutu doing somersaults, go for it. I don't give a flying fuck. Focus on yourself. Be the best you can be. Yeah, sure, maybe some people won't understand someone that wants to marry a blade of grass or do somersaults in a pink tutu. But you're not supposed to hunt them down and kill them. Go live your own fucking life, or you're an obsessed murderer. And the point is that while they're running around with their weirdo justifications, that actually comes from Aubrey Fisher. You're weird, so I'm going to kill you with police and government and worldwide support. But why does she care? She's calling me on the phone. Victoria Walker's calling me on the phone. They all want. Mike Huntley's telling me to start a company with him at 25. Come back from Colorado. My father's saying, if you come back from Colorado, move in with me. If you don't like me, stay the fuck away from me. And I'm the bad guy because I trusted these people, right? That makes sense. Okay, so now everyone's mad at me for talking about our freedoms. Everyone's saying Kevin's crazy and paranoid. But while they're saying I'm paranoid, they're all taking part with the angry, bitter attack, gang stalking attacks, the little schizo tactics, paranoid schizo tactics. But yet there's no reason. You know shit. Okay, so okay, now in this video you're gonna see one good Samaritan, a black guy. He clearly has education. He clearly has common sense. He's clearly thinking straight. He's clearly about peace, prosperity, freedom, and he walks and he kind of blocks the black guy, the black skater that runs across the park, attacks me, and does the right thing, does what he should do. But you're watching, if you watch the other reactions, the angry, bitter Kevin hater, Jew haters, or whatever in the park, even though I walk to a park and I'm putting a sign down to unite everyone, you're watching people physically attack me, and you're watching random people show up, like the girl in red and black, and there's also a motorcycle with someone on it in red and black who followed me. And she comes out of nowhere following me, and she has an angry look, and I think she has a cell phone or something, and she's egging on the thugs. Okay? And there's a lot more on the longer video that's going to be on the longer video. You can't be here because you're causing problems and things like this. But the only problems I'm causing is putting a sign on the ground that says all lives matter, with the united solidarity with all the other signs. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that someone doesn't like me and they have endless billions of dollars of resources to eradicate me. But if you look at the video, like every other video I have, like every other incident I have, like 43 years of my life, I'm being the nicest, friendliest person known to man, and they're just fabricating lie hour by hour, from stranger to stranger, worldwide. No matter how perfect I am, and then you have to ask what's going on. I mean, how do they know me, and why everywhere I go do people keep making up lies about me? Stranger after stranger, gang stalking. They are told to. It's a template. It's a template. It's not anything I've done, doing or done. It's a template. Cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf. Hunt him down. Cry wolf, call the cops. Cry wolf, do this. Cry wolf, do that. It's been going on since 5 years old with my own brother, told to do it. And all his friends and all my friends. Okay. Okay, so I was just getting at, there's groupings of red and blacks. That's one of the older tactics. As I arrive, motorcycle, red and black, he kind of comes in front of me and leaves. Right as the people are told, you can see how everything's timed. You can see how they're prepared to do it before I even arrive. You can see the black skater runs from across the entire park. Well, the black skater, I haven't talked to him. I'm just minding my own business, putting a sign on the ground. He runs across the entire park, attacks me. He's got to be told something. Well, he's told that I'm a white supremacist because I kissed a black girl at 8 years old. That's the only racial thing I've done, is kiss a black girl. Doesn't make sense. But how does he know me? And why is he going after me with a world planet of people? But you're going to notice the girl in red and blacks, in the red and black tactic, how angry she is. But more important than this angry girl in red and black, you can see she like gussied up in her little red and black war uniform. and follow me to the park. With the idea of reference schizo messages to try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo. That's what gang stalking is. To try to put someone in a hypersensitive state, to look for things that you normally wouldn't look at, and then make up lies that that person thinks differently, and they're a violent paranoid schizo, and we gotta put them in a bouncy room. Okay, there's a lot more on the other video, on the video that isn't in this though, with those types of things. Okay, I kind of mentioned this, but you can see that the longer I'm there, larger and larger groups come in following me with the color patterns and this and that. And I got a lot more on video, not just Bixby Park, Bluff Park, all around Long Beach, all around Woodland Hills, all around Long Beach, all around every state and country worldwide, by the way, of these mass attacks. Thousands of coffee shops, gas stations, restaurants, supermarkets, and well, they do things in case I arrive. After I arrive, you watch it get worse and worse, and it's pretty obvious on video if you're not a lying gang stalking Jew killer or something. And look at the video, you're gonna be like, that's crazy and unacceptable. Okay. Okay. I also mentioned this. The police intentionally are trying to make me look crazy in the police reports instead of stopping the crimes. And that's every police report, not just this one, everyone, especially at Topanga Division here in Schoenborn Street in Woodland Hills, but they're all networked. And I have incidences in Colorado, people sent to my house to migrate me out of my house, posing as Grateful Dead hippies, probably FBI level actually, and me calling the police, they reverse it, saying that I'm doing things to him. Things like that. And how do I know this? Because 15 years later, Topanga Division, LAPD out here in Woodland Hills is hinting about the people they sent after me in Colorado. That's how I know. Okay? And I could go a lot deeper, but that's not for this video. So all I did was put a sign on the ground that says All Lives Matter and Kevin Perlman Target. And George Floyd did for 43 years, which is true. And I can guarantee that not only were all these people waiting for me, they already had their packaged bullshit reactions to try to make it look like I'm causing problems. But if you're telling me that you're mad at me for saying all lives matter, then you're a bigoted fucking racist, and I'm in danger of that. And if the cops have a problem with a sign that says all lives matter, then they're bigoted racist trash too. And they don't deserve to be in law enforcement. We don't want fucking bigoted racist Jew killers or people that kill black people or Asian people or Latin people because they don't like different ethnic backgrounds or cultures. You do not fucking belong in law enforcement. We are in danger of you. Our tax dollars pay you to protect us and serve us, not the fucking other way around. We're not your fucking bitches. Okay, so anyways, there's my uncontrollable anger and rage, like the movie Split, where the psychology community is saying I'm a violent paranoid schizo with a split personality disorder with my own father. There it is, that horrible anger and rage for me. Did you see the fire coming out of my mouth and the red eyes? Okay, so anyways, where are we? Okay, so I actually believe that the black skater that attacked me is probably associated with the Woodland Hills black guy out here that's been stalking me for years. What did I call him? Like the samurai stalker? Because what happened was, before I really understood what was going on, I was in the studio photography while Aubrey Fisher was working with millions of people worldwide, running me out of that industry. During one of my photo shoots, I went to a Hollywood prop rental place, and I rented a samurai sword prop. Now, you wouldn't give a shit if it was a samurai sword prop, or a real prop, or I just collected samurai swords. Normally, you wouldn't give a shit. And that's really where these things get obvious, is if I go and I buy a samurai sword, or rent a prop, where the police are hunting me down to fucking have me executed or eradicated, going, he's a violent paranoid schizo with a samurai. Okay, so briefly about the samurai sword. I don't want to go too deep because he worked on me for years. He followed me to Starbucks and coffee shop locations with groups of people. He'd hang out kind of in the local area around my house. One day after renting the samurai sword in a very close time period for photo shoots, I go to 7-Eleven and he's there and he has a, like on his bicycle, or no, he's on a skateboard, and he has a samurai sword on his back, like he's some kind of like what's the movie, Deadpool or something like that, right? It's a black guy, angry at me for going to Starbucks to make a Ventura. I think I saw him angry at me. Yeah, Jamba Juice there, Oxnard, Canoga and Victory. Followed me to Starbucks there too, with groups of black people. Groups of black people egg mobbed me, riding my bicycle home, trying to pin Tom Farley's shit on me with Eric Johnson, who, by the way, he wasn't black. Not all Johnsons are black, but it's really irrelevant anyways. They're just taking everyone else's shit and saying Kevin did it. So he's on a skateboard at a 7-Eleven on Topanga Canyon, and by a gas station. I don't know what the side street is. There's a car dealer there, and on the other side is Topanga Plaza Mall, or wait, no, AMC movie theater. And I'm like, why do you have a samurai sword or something? And he said, oh, it's just a prop or something like that. And it's on his back. And he's kind of out in public skating with a samurai sword. I said, okay, whatever, and I leave. Now you know what? Now I know what they're doing. I finally picked it up. They're playing this double thing. Like, I rent a samurai sword. It goes in my photo studio. He runs around with a samurai sword, and he probably was running around saying, "My name's Kevin" or something like that. Now I've seen this pattern, this little these people trying to mirror me my entire life and frame me or make it look like I'm doing what they're doing. All this weird shit that doesn't even make any sense, but the people devising it are in the psychology community, okay? To try to sort of, how do you explain it? Let's say Rody Morales says, "Kevin, let's go to a strip club," and then a guy comes in and he says, "My name's Kevin," and he shoots a stripper or something. This is theoretical. And then the police go, "What happened?" "Well, some guy came in named Kevin and shot a stripper." Right? Things like this. Who knows? I'm just fabricating, but you sort of need to apply this black guy with this, I call him the samurai stalker, with the samurai after that. Another things he was involved in, I go on eBay and I order a new cell phone, and the next day I go out to take a walk and he's waiting for me to come out of my place, and he says, "Hey, and he's using the little cryptic, repetitive things, I'm sure. I can't remember specifically. He's probably on video on a lot of these. They do the things like they may have 50 people a day say, "Hey, buddy," and he might have said "Hey, buddy, do you have a cell phone I can buy? An old cell phone I can buy?" I can't remember the cryptic, provoking gang stalking tactic, but "Hey, do you have a cell phone that I can buy?" Okay, so now what are the chances that I buy a cell phone on eBay, a new cell phone, and this guy's waiting for me, or he's not waiting, it's just a coincidence, and he comes down asking if I have an old cell phone based on my internet purchases or surfing patterns, and I've proven beyond any level of reasonable doubt since 1994 that everything that's being done on my computer is being disseminated to mass groups to use for the Brian Longbotham spy game tactic, where he then wants me to work at Universal Studios on a pilot called Spy Game to try to make me look crazy. And that leads into a whole thousands of other things, and frame jobs to Wes Craven, about O.J. Simpson, telling me Wes Craven wants me to put in O.J. Simpson fleeing the scene in a clip to try to make me look crazy. I'm not going to get into that one. On the the samurai stalker obviously is connected to all these events. Example, one time I went on eBay or Google and I typed in auxiliary cable, obviously, for a car stereo. And within 1 hour's time, one of the Warner Center Metro Complex guys pulls his car in front of the gate where I walk out. And on the back license plate, it's taken off and there's a plate, like a temporary plate thing, not like a plate cover, and it says AUX, aux. Okay? Now, one of these things, coincidence. 100,000 to 1 million per day? Not a coincidence. Worldwide support in these murder operations? Not a coincidence. Starting in 1994 and exponentially getting worse and worse with that one spy game or whatever you want to call it, paranoid schizo tactic? Not a coincidence. Starting at 5 years old, the same types of things without the technology? Not coincidence. Person after person, one sequentially in line. Not coincidence. I'm sorry, am I causing problems for the people trying to make me mentally ill by telling other people that these people won't leave me alone? Is it so the cops are saying that I'm a public nuisance because I don't like people trying to turn me into a violent paranoid schizo and arrest me for 5150s or weird shit like that? Even though I haven't been arrested for 5150, that's what they're trying to do. And then, quote unquote, from Seymour Hamster, they want to incarcerate me for life. Well, there's only one reason why anyone would want to incarcerate me for life, and that's because I know too much and about my murderers hunting me to have me killed since 5 years old. That is the only reason, because saying I'm a bad guy is like saying Edward Snowden is a bad guy and a computer hacker and a low-level programmer and a liar, and he's a fraudster too, right? Okay, so it all links to the same thing. What I know, what they're trying to do. What are their reasons? I don't know. I think maybe they sweep their mistake under the rug or something, you know, like, what's that movie? The look in their eyes. Well, let me tell you that the looks in all these people's eyes working with the police, I've seen it all day and night for 19 years, 19/43 years, okay? And I can read these people like Braille instantly. But anyways, the samurai stalker, other events, I come home and he's actually on my property here, coming out the gate of my complex. And one event, the people in my complex were hinting that I was the black guy. And do you think they obviously believed that I was the black guy trying to break in? No, of course not. They knew exactly what they're doing. They're trying to flip me out and make me look crazy and get reactions and maybe get me swinging or something and go, Kevin's a violent paranoid schizo. Okay, but the point is that the black samurai stalker is actually working with people in the complex here, that's working with LAPD, that's connected all the way to Long Beach, and then it jumps to Aubrey Fisher. And maybe I meet Aubrey Fisher in Sherman Oaks, who has worldwide Sherman Oaks groups to kill me in Studio City, and then I fly to, I don't know, Podunk fucking, trying to think of like a nowhere place in the fucking Middle East, in the, maybe South, I don't know, Podunk, Hickville, Texas or something, I don't know, and all of a sudden everyone's mad at me for Aubrey Fisher and doing these things, and you're like, this something isn't right. I mean, the only thing I did to Aubrey Fisher was tap my foot by her once. Other than that, my relationship with Aubrey Fisher is like bending over backwards, not like a chump idiot, but just, hey, you know, I know you, and, you know, how can I help you, you know? Oh, you're a photographer too? You need a website? I have some templated code. Boom, I'll grab some of my Erotic Ranch database code. Boom, I have you up in one day. You have a website you can upload your images to, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, well, now I'm going to upload images and ask interrogating questions on Kevin and try to rid him of the world. And I'm going to do photo shoots with all the strippers that he met, like Mila or Venice, to try to piss him off somehow. Whatever, I can go deeper and deeper. A samurai stalker who skates around and kind of looks homeless. Okay, so now how does this homeless guy have billions of dollars and internet kill systems? Okay, well, Oh, he also followed me to Jamba Juice, where I was doing an interview with Brittany Henderson, and he's kind of on video fucking with me and Brittany Henderson, and there were things with people trying to sort of take my cell phone right before Brittany arrived on video. All linked together, right? Okay, so back to that question, how does this homeless, kind of sort of homeless skater have these billion-dollar internet kill networks? Well, did he invest the money? No. The government invested the money, and if we were to go really deeper, the internet was originally a government entity back in '94, and it was very simple, and it trickled down to colleges based on telnet sessions, and it was all text-based, and all you could really do was either do email or log into telnet to school libraries and libraries. That was the bulk of it. And then it started to get visual with simple web browser technology. And I can't even remember what the first web browser was called before. I mean, if I were to talk to you about internet, you'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? The AOL days, the Prodigy days, the first dial-up systems. I mean, when we started Signet e-services with Mike Huntley, originally, right before us, we had an old facility with phone dial-up systems, and the first stage of the internet through Prodigy and AOL was to use your telephone modem, go into the provider which answered the phone call. This was before ISP and all that, and before fiber, and that's how it was. Very 56K, I remember, connections. And that's how you did it. And you went on through services like Prodigy or AOL, which changed everything for the world by making everyone's life easy. Okay, so anyways, I don't want to go down the fun nostalgic talk, and that's really what I should be talking about. But the point is that these systems that these Samurai Stalkers are using, that Aubrey Fisher is using, that Mike Huntley is using, that Tim Thompson's using, that all these strippers and porn stars after Roddy Morales, Eric Christensen, Val Moroso saying, let's go to strip clubs and I want to start a company with you so I can kill you and tell the world you're stalking strippers and weird shit like this, and porn stars. Oh gee, 4 of them, one in each day. The systems, these kill systems, these secret defamation systems, and being able for people to torture and kill you, all working together, are obviously are developed by the government. And without any fact or proof or this or that, just like NSA really does exist and their fucked up shit exists, you can fucking do the math, and 1 + 1 = 2, is that everyone on the planet are being given kill tools by the government to kill Kevin Perlman. And they're also being given lame justification, excuses as cover-ups. Does that make sense? So Kevin's a horrible murderer. Kevin's a terrorist because he keeps meeting women and people hunting him to have him killed and doing these fucked up shit to him. But we're going to leave that out and just say Kevin's a horrible person and we want to remove him from society. So here's the tools to kill him or eradicate him. But that's not the truth. The truth is I'm a really good person, and I'm trying to sort of get away from one person sequentially after the next, worldwide, since it's 5 years old, to execute me. And they just keep coming in larger and larger, exponentially growing groups. And each person that comes after me has like a cover-up alibi. Does that make sense? Kevin did this to me, so I'm going to hunt him down with these mass groups and kill him. Well, Kevin didn't do anything to you. Next person, Aubrey Fisher. Kevin tapped his foot, so we're all going to get together, hunt him, and kill him. Next person, Kevin harassed me on a date, so we're going to hunt him down and kill him with worldwide support. And then, obviously, when I figure out the lies, I say, what's this about? Well, you're an asshole, and you know what you did. And you're a piece of shit, and you're a womanizer, you treat women like shit. Well, what did I do? Well, I'm not going to answer the question because you're a horrible monster. But what did I do? And if you literally have thousands and thousands of these accusations with not one specific. And each girl that has a tissy because I don't buy her a ring or something, and it hunts me out with 100,000 to 1 million people per day, they don't actually have an argument. But what guy's an asshole? Well, let's get into specifics. I'm an asshole because I didn't buy you a ring or something. I'm an asshole because you wanted to go to the Ritz-Carlton and I can only afford the Marriott. I mean, I don't know, right? Because there's no communication. There's just kill Kevin. And I don't even know where it's coming from because when they get mad at me, they don't say anything. And most of them that come in my life are sort of asking these digging interrogation questions anyways, like this girl Ariana, right? Trying to prove that I'm a violent paranoid schizo because of my artwork with Mike Tyson in '95 in Colorado in Jim Johnson's class. Well, how would this girl on MySpace know about Colorado in Jim Johnson's class? Okay, because she's using these NSA level government kill tools to archive bullshit, give it out the disinformation of the world, hunt me and kill me, and then go, nobody knows you're imagining it. But you have to change and be a good person. Well, how do I change and be a good person if I don't know what the argument is? What's the argument? You need to be a good person. Well, me being a good person, does that mean that I gotta buy you a $10 million house or I'm a bad person? You have no argument. The government, the police, my family, my friends, Brian Weaver, it's a public shaming of all the things we did to you. We're publicly shaming you, saying you did it to us. What's the argument? What am I being publicly shamed for? Being a good person? Well, if you're publicly shaming me for being a good person, are you then saying you're trying to turn me into a bad person so you can arrest me and lock me away? Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Every single thing that's going on does not make any sense. While my father's running around babbling, well, trying to execute me and babbling, you think differently and you don't know how the world works. No, he's full of shit. The situation I'm in does not exist for anyone else. It's unheard of. If you go on a date with a girl and she's not happy with your performance, you sneezed at the dinner table, maybe the sex was shitty, well, what happens? She just doesn't call you again, or you don't call her again, and you go your separate ways, right? Are you normally hunted and killed, saying you committed the asshole crime because you sneezed at the dinner table and that she doesn't feel that that's appropriate behavior? No, she goes, I'm just not into the guy, and she moves on, right? Okay, so everything that's happening to me is not normal. As a matter of fact, it's all unheard of. And then she goes to her NSA level kill networks, and there's a planet full of people going, you ruined this person's life because they didn't have the perfect date, right? And then you can't date people because it happens from stranger to stranger for 40 years, and you go, something's really fucking wrong, right? Come 29, something's really fucking wrong. Why are people hunting me to kill me for yawning, blinking, farting, burping, saying it's your behavior? And then the people saying it, like Mike Huntley, they're playing World of Warcraft in the office, and I'm going, Mike, we're here to make money. Stop fucking playing World of Warcraft with Bob Sandler and get off your ass and let's make money. No, because saying Mike Huntley don't play World of Warcraft in the office, well, obviously he's trying to send me schizo messages. It's my behavior because I'm not allowed to tell Mike Huntley, come on, let's work, and let's not play World of War, or don't play World of Warcraft, we're here to work. So I'm an asshole, I need to be hunted and killed. And if I joke around with Mike Huntley, even before knowing what he's doing, and go, then Mike Huntley with the psychology community run around saying Kevin's crazy and he thinks he's in their army. Okay, need I say any more? Well, we got a problem, because the Constitution of the United States says I'm a free man until, and if I got some corrupt piece of shit cop running around going, I think Kevin's crazy since 5 years old and he needs to die and we can do whatever we want, well, then I'm not safe and you're not safe and nobody in the United States is safe. And so who are you going to decide with? hunting down and killing people because some sick, demented, obsessed, paranoid cop is following some 5-year-old for 43 years with my own father paying him off, going, kill Kevin Perlman because I think he's crazy. Don't I have the right to breathe no matter what people's opinions are? I mean, I can't tell you how many fucking people have told me that they know someone that's crazy. If I were to put a number before finding out at 29, based on my friends or people I've talked to saying that chick's crazy or someone's crazy, I'd say a good 100 times I've heard people say that person's crazy. Were they being hunted and killed by the police, NSA, FBI, and worldwide groups to kill them because I think you're crazy? Of course not. That's where it ends. I think you're crazy. And isn't it strange that every piece of artwork I've ever created, I've been hunted by the police, government, and psychology community, but any other person that creates a piece of artwork, they go, I like it, I don't like it, I can see how this could portray this and that, and the end. Maybe I want to buy it, maybe I don't want to buy it. Kevin Perlman creates a piece of art with a black girl on a chessboard. They contacted me on Facebook saying, Kevin, will you do a photo shoot with me? Oh, I'm such a victim. He did this great work for me, but I think he's a racist. And by the way, I just happen to have this whole laid out history, this rap sheet of bullshit from when he lived in Colorado and when he lived in Oregon. How's that even possible? How do you have NSA level fucking documented bullshit, which isn't even close to true, before contacting me on Facebook? This girl's name was Ariana, and hunting me for fucking doing a photo shoot on green screen and putting her on a chessboard. And then taking me to P.F. Chang's to try to analyze some other artwork in Colorado of Mike Tyson fighting a girl Katana, a game character from I think like Street Fighter, composited, and playing this stupid moron game that I'm a violent, paranoid schizo, and I think I'm Mike Tyson, and I'm a woman beater, and I hate Asian people. I don't see anyone else on the planet having this kind of fucking problem, let me tell you. So the point is, if I take a computer imaging class in 1996 on Jim Johnson's class, why is Kevin being hunted and killed for creating artworks with the rest of the class? I mean, nobody else in the class is being hunted by the psychology community, government, NSA, FBI, and worldwide support over each of their art projects, are they? I know one controversial piece of art at University of Colorado. I don't know his name. He was around the same year in the art department, and after the John Benet Ramsey killings, he put up a thing with John Benet Ramsey in her little, I don't know, her little contest thing. It said Daddy's Little Hooker. And at one point they actually tried to tell everyone that that was my artwork. But if you look it up on the internet, it has his name and him saying I was young and whatever. Now, okay, I agree that that is a controversial piece of art that's going to piss someone off during that, sort of making fun of the girl that died, that got killed. But what does that have to do with Kevin Perlman? Right? Okay, but my artwork, a black girl on a chessboard, how's that racial? If you think that Ariana on a chessboard is a racial work of art, you got some serious fucking problems. I mean, you got some serious issues. So bad that you probably should not be in society because people are in danger of you. You understand what I'm saying? That's like going to see Star Wars and hunting down people, hunting down George Lucas, the little characters, because this character maybe looks Asian or something. I don't know, right? Okay? But that's the point. If I held this piece of artwork in front of you right now, or the person with the argument, they could not give me an argument. They could not give me an argument other than you're racist. Now, that's what I originally said when I started recording. empty labels. You're racist because you have a black girl on a chessboard. How's that racial? Email me right now after you watch this. Email me and give me some kind of logical opinion how a black girl on a chessboard is racist. I mean, sure, you could fantasize and you could put scenarios together, but that's not what's in the picture. The picture has no wording. The picture doesn't say like anything derogatory or mean. It's just a black girl on a chessboard. So what's the racist? And technically you could overanalyze and you say, well, some of the porcelain is black and some of it's white. So maybe that's black versus white? Is that what you're saying? But she's wearing a pink dress. Okay, are you saying that has something to do with Pink Floyd or something? I mean, is David Gilmour an evil man? Is Roger Waters an evil man? And what does a pink dress have to do with Pink Floyd? Or maybe you can say, I'm just trying to think, I'm trying to remember what was in the picture. There wasn't much of anything. There was just a chessboard, black and white things, and then she wore her pink, she brought over her pink and black dress. Is there okay, so when all these people are following me to the park wearing their pink and blacks, and people are following me places with pink and blacks trying to get reactions from me because they saw a harmless work of art with zero negativity and zero racial in it, saying I'm white supremacist, and then saying, well, I'm a liar because I'm saying I'm not a white supremacist. But you don't have an argument as to why I'm white supremacist. You understand what I'm saying? And now these arguments of theirs, these non-argument arguments of theirs, switch and change on an hourly basis for 43 years, going from racial to pedophilia to kiddie porn to weapons to car thief scenarios to everything. There's thousands of these criminal and psychological bullshit lies. But I'm going to stick, just for example, for the Ariana and the chessboard. I want an argument. Unless you're as dumb as a fucking stump. Unless you're the most ignorant, moronic, fucking babbling idiot. There is no actual argument that you can have racially with Ariana and chessboard. And if you want to throw something on that, then you have to look at all my other artwork with the, who knows, 50 other black girls and 50 other Asian girls and 50 other Latin girls or whatever. And you have to show me a pattern of hate behavior from all my imagery. And I can assure you that every image is the same. That you're going to fucking be squeezing water from a rock in the desert to get your hate labels. And in the end, you can't come up, you or they or my accusers, can't come up with one single argument that makes sense, other than you're racist. Well, okay, but now we're back to where this starts. In T1 class, when I was 8 years old, at Sunny Skies Day Camp, which, by the way, Dincy was questioning me on my arrest, when he arrested me 2 years ago, because he was mad at me because my family moved me back a grade between first and second grade and put me in this T1 class. He was asking me questions about that. And my father made some weird lame comment right before the arrest saying that I'm mad because he moved me back a grade. I never said one thing, ever, to this day at 48. I could not give a shit that my family moved me back in T1 class, and I do not understand why my family is telling the world I'm a white supremacist because a Jewish white guy kissed a black girl when I was 8 and she was 8, and the only real reasoning is that Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman doesn't want his son associating with other races and cultures or whatever, and wants to put me in a bubble of control. And they flip their fucking lids because this white Jewish boy kissed a black girl. But why should I suffer? If any fucking thing, the black community shouldn't be mad at me. They should be like, good for you, Kevin, because you're open-minded and you'll date black women and you'll date Latin women and you'll date Asian women. You'll date Jewish women if she doesn't fit that whiny Jap profile or whatever. Oh, I want more money, work for, whatever, stereotypes and jokes, whatever. But the point is that I accept everyone until I don't want them around me, and I'm not going to let everyone in my life, but the point is that everything they're saying is opposite of who I am. And they're saying it out of anger and rage. And the point is that the black community, as you'll see in this video, should not be mad at me for kissing a black girl at 8 years old or creating cool art with black women or Asian women or Latin women. They should be fucking commending me because there's nothing racial in the artwork. And when I say racial is not about opposite ethnic backgrounds and cultures. Racial is about negative towards. Okay? I like black girls. I mean, I like everyone, but I like black girls. That statement is not racial or racist. Or let me repeat that. It's not racist. I like black girls is not a racist statement. Black girls need to die. That's a racist statement. Okay? So when I'm talking and these people are nitpicking my life and twisting it and contorting it out of context and putting it on their internet kill systems designed by the government and psychology community, nothing's racist. It actually, everything I do supports all cultures and racials and sexualities, but that's not what they want you to think. And by having a website that states KevinPerlmanTarget.com, you've been lied to. I'm anti-American and I'm causing problems and stirring up trouble because what did Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman and Mike Huntley tell me as well? You are not allowed to defend yourself, even verbally. Kevin Perlman is not allowed to have a counter argument. He needs to die. Okay, so just understand that everything you're seeing on this video, even though it's worldwide, are people helping and working with the police. They are not promoting unity, stability, unity, everyone getting along. They're creating chaos and destruction, and then they're trying to put it on me and say it's my fault, and I'm just the innocent patsy, so to speak, right? I'm just walking down the street, being as nice as possible. 100 people follow Kevin and try to kill him. Look what Kevin made us do. Well, how did Kevin make you do it? How is Kevin making you follow me around with worldwide groups to kill me? How am I making people do that? If I sit on a park bench and larger groups start coming out trying to make me mentally unkill me, I'm making them come out. Because what? Because my armpits theoretically smell? Is that what it is? The armpit smell is going into your houses and you're choking and gagging, and so you're coming out, calling up your neighbor. I want 10 neighbors to put on black pants and purple shirts and walk by Kevin and whistle because my armpits are making them come out of their houses from these evilly, horrible, smelly armpits that are gassing people to death because they're Adolf Hitler armpits, right? Like little gas chamber armpits, shower gas chamber armpits. Okay, what? Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Bullshit. But where things really get scary is these are police officers in uniform doing this and telling people to do this. And then it goes up to the psychology community, and then up to the government, and then into people in Congress or people running for Congress, like Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, 2020, for Congress in Florida, who have screenshots stating, we need to deem Kevin as crazy. Wait, you're running for United States fucking Congress and you're deeming people crazy that you don't like? You're paying off police officers like Sean Dinsey to arrest me and fabricate paperwork? But you're going to be in the United States Congress to strengthen our country? To protect us? Yeah, bullshit. She's not here for the country. She's here to become popular and kill people and get there. and make as much money as she can and kill whoever she can in her path with my brother. Okay? That's who these people are. And I never thought I'd be saying this until I found out what they did to my life. For no reason. And the more I find out, the more they want me dead. And they somehow have worldwide support, with the father showing me the movie in 1977 by Ralph Bakshi, the movie Wizards, and then telling the world I'm crazy and conform to media, knowing premeditatedly what he was doing when I was 5 years old, and me turning 29 and not understanding why he was so mad about harmless things. Like me sketching a picture for Patty Guggen of a Grateful Dead character holding a gun. She's flipping out going, you better not show your father that. Me thinking, why? It's a piece of paper with some lead. Why would he care? And then to finally make the associations of what my father was doing to try to make me look like a violent paranoid schizo or someone with split personality, that part's pretty disturbing. Okay, so I'm getting totally sidetracked, but so just when you're watching the video, notice the color patterns everywhere, how people are showing up the same color patterns, and there's not much in this short segment, but the longer video you'll see once I edit it. Or the raw video, non-edited, will also be downloadable for the world, but it's harder to watch because it's a lot of nothing and takes years to watch. But the color patterns are important because how many people do you know that follow people around saying, today I have 100 people show up where this guy is wearing all black, and also have 50 people with black pants and yellow shirts follow him around, and also have 1,000 people with black pants and pink shirts follow him around. And I think they started doing that after the photo shoot with Ariana wearing her pink and black, her pink dress, and she's black on the chessboard, which they're mad about my sign smeared for creating art, which she was one of the images on it. And before I end this, just know that once again, if you're going to try to say that I'm a horrible monster and a white supremacist or racist, especially based on harmless artwork, you better have a fucking good, logical reason behind stating that artwork with zero derogatory message is somehow racial because a black girl is in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't call a guy racist because he took a picture of a black girl. If a white guy takes a picture of a black girl, that's not racist. There's nothing hateful there. Whether she's swinging on swings, whether she's doing backflips, whether she's on a chessboard, whether I have her surfing on a shark, whether, oh, hey, an evil shark behind me, whether I could go into a whole 100 different operations on shark scams alone. Okay, whether I have her flying in the clouds with a Superman cape, there's nothing close to racial in any of them, in any way, shape, form. And what that says is, if Kevin even talks to a black girl, hugs a black girl, kisses a black girl, buys a homeless black, gives a homeless black girl $5, and then jumping to Latin, Asian, and Indian, and any other culture, my life is actually in danger from a bunch of psychotic gang-stalking murderers trying to dig up lame excuses that don't make sense to justify killing me. And that is the entire point. They will say anything about anything to justify their actions and behavior since I was 5, and not one makes any sense. Therefore, they have no argument on anything, showing they're all liars. And this isn't happening to anyone else in the world, especially on a worldwide scale like mine. And like I say, I'm under attack, 100,000 to 1 million people per day worldwide trying to kill me, supported by the government of the United States of America, all the police, NSA, FBI, worldwide, to have me killed for the information I know and things I can talk about starting at 5 years old with the psychology community, to off me, started by my family, They do not have one valid argument for anything. If the same arguments towards me were in any other arena, people would laugh their ass off. They say this is a joke, right? Okay. Showing that these people don't actually believe what they're told, they're just using them as kill justifications. Okay. And last but not least, as I said before, I didn't really know this park was called Bixby Park, but it is interesting in the location in Long Beach. And their unchecked anger and rage with the police about what they're really trying to cover up. And not only is it not even close to racial, but there's a lot going on here about Corey Bixby that most people wouldn't pick up on, because a week prior to driving out this direction, I had a Brittany Henderson video talking about Corey Bixby, coincidentally realizing that the protest was in Bixby Park, and I was being attacked in Bixby Park by a Latin guy saying I'm a liar, but like usual, I'm a liar about what? He can't have an argument with everyone else. So these arguments from my own father to this random stranger to all these people on a daily mobbing, worldwide mobbing since 5 years old. I'm a liar, I'm a bad guy, I'm a horrible monster, I need to die. And if I say, what's this about? They cannot verbalize any of it on any level from 5 years old to now, but yet I can blast out 100, literally probably 100,000 events based on ridding me of the world, based on things they did to me and the things they're accusing me of to other people. But if I ask them to state a valid argument that most people on this planet do, you're mad at me, why? You're a racist. Why am I a racist? Well, now I gotta punch you. So you're not gonna tell me why I'm a racist, you're just gonna punch me. But you don't have an argument to why I'm racist. What did I do this racist? Is it my artwork? Okay, well what's in the artwork? What did I do racist in the artwork? Is it because I kissed a black girl? Is that what you're saying is racist? I'm not going to tell you. Because like Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman said, when people do something, they're not told what they did because they can lie. I never heard that. As a matter of fact, the only people I know that speak like that are psychotic murderers that fucking lodge pickaxes in your head when you step on a leaf by them. Okay? So, if anyone has the communication skills, it's me. Now the question is, why am I being hunted since 5 years old, now exponentially growing worldwide to have me killed with billions of government dollars, and the more I find out, the more they try to kill me. You think about that one. The why is this happening? The what is it about? Why I'm not allowed to know what it's about? Why there's no actual argument to what it's about? And why, the more I tell people what's being done to me, especially the police, do they try to have me killed? Think about that. Okay, so hopefully a longer version of this, which is going to take a lot of editing, because there's several other events. This physical attack is not the only event, but you're gonna, if you look at the police reports, you're gonna notice that the police are weaseling out of stating what actually happened. They're trying to make me look crazy like usual.